Happy Friday the 13th, everybody. The House has no speaker. There's conflicts around the world, and Vladimir Putin's an evil little troll, and Donald Trump likes Cheetos too much, and there's a lot of reasons that Friday the 13th seems appropriate. But on not Friday the 13th, I believe it was Thursday the 12th, something else happened. Something fun. Vivek Ramaswamy, the little emaciated twit that he is, with the Beavis haircut and the loud mouth, went on Sean Hannity's show. Now, normally, getting me to sympathize with or agree with Sean Hannity would be like getting me to sympathize with cholera or Kid Rock not taking a shower. But in this case, Ramaswamy has this unique ability to make you hate him immediately. He's on sort of the Ted Cruz and Jim Jordan plane there.
If you've ever found yourself wanting to slap Ted Cruz in the face, you're not alone. Now, a neurologist has an explanation for why it's so hard to look at Cruz's unsettling face. Now, dude,
it is unsettling. It really is.
It is a little unsettling.
They have special talents to make every single person hate them, including their families and people that agree with them politically. What happened? Vivek Ramaswamy went on Tucker Carlson's show first. Not something I would ever advocate, but maybe Tucker didn't wear the hood this time, which made it easier to understand him. And Ramaswamy pointed out that there's, quote, selective outrage over what happened in Israel. Now, I'll say quickly, any terrorist attack on civilians is horrific. I've already discussed this in another video. What Hamas did to individuals, to citizens, to people in their homes was disgusting. I talked about what the Azerbaijanis have done to the Armenians in Artsakh, an independent territory, and in Armenia. Similar things, mass murder, killing and starving children. Ironically, Hamas and Azerbaijan, or not ironically, are both supported by Vladimir Putin, that slimy little troll with the clammy hands and the need to ride horses with his man boobs hanging out. What am I getting at here? Ramaswamy went on with Tucker Carlson and made an actual point that we only cover what happened in Israel as horrific and we ignore these other events. And I would actually say he had a point there, because what happened in Israel was horrific, but there's some horrific things going on around the world that we need to pay more attention to. But the problem is he does this shit all the time. He says something and then people like literally show him what he said. And he's like, I don't see it, can't see it. Where is it? Not here, didn't say it. So Hannity got pissed at him and it was fun to watch. You'd enjoy it. You should check it out. Hey, we're going to show it to you, so you don't have to check it out anywhere else. Right here.
I was a little surprised. I know you were on with Tucker, and I'm open to anybody's opinion, but you kind of, what you're doing here is saying about Nikki Haley is you're saying that her concern for Israel is driven by financial and a corrupting influence, and your explanation that this disproportionate focus on rape, kidnapping, and murder of the Jewish people in this attack, and that and your quote, that there are frankly financial and corrupting influences that lead them exactly to speak the way they do.
Sean, that is a shameful mischaracterization. When I'm talking about Azerbaijan
stop right now.
and
I'll
Armenia,
read the exact tweet. You do this in every single interview. You say stuff and then you deny it. You deny your own words. So, why don't you just own what you say and stand by it and stop playing these games?
I am owning what I say, Sean.
Well, I'm just telling you what you say.
I am owning what I say. Well, I'm telling you,
you're a smart
people can watch
guy.
that Tucker interview on Twitter and
say.
X anytime they want. Yeah, I absolutely do. And so, Sean, maybe we have a debate that we need to have in our party. What's happening in Azerbaijan and Armenia was a separate discussion that I had, and I do believe that it is shameful that Azerbaijan is getting away with what they are because they have a powerful lobby in the U.S. But it is shameful to extrapolate that to the comments in Israel, where, to be honest, I have been crystal clear that what's happened is barbaric. It is medieval. It is wrong. And Israel absolutely said this since day one, say it now, has the right to defend itself to the fullest extent. Where I differ from other candidates in this field is that I also believe that this is Israel's decision to make. The U.S. should stand with Israel. But we need to be very careful not to enter a broader regional war in the Middle East.
I have not heard a single Republican, Vivek, I've not heard a single Republican call for that. But I really want an explanation here. I want an explanation to the.
Disagree with you.
Can I finish? I want an.
So what happened? Hannity started asking him, why do you bring up this? He's implying that Israel has paid her off. There's some anti-Semitic kind of old tropes and implications in there. But all Republicans are paid off by various factions. They're all corrupt, as we know. This is just Ramaswamy trying to knock Nikki Haley down so he can get ahead of her in the polls. So in any case, Hannity decided to confront him with his own words. And Ramaswamy did what he normally did, which is he just kept talking, kept interrupting, kept insulting, saying, oh, you're just part of the mainstream media and you're playing tricks. Gotcha. And one thing you should all know, Sean Hannity has a tiny penis. He is very insecure. So when people used to compliment Bill O'Reilly, when he felt like second dog to him, he'd get outraged. Alec Baldwin did that once, and it was hilarious. And same thing with Tucker Carlson, who had bigger ratings than him. His ratings shrunk. They were sagging, you could say, for Hannity, and it hurt his feelings.
This isn't funny, all right? A small dick's like a disability, man. How would you make fun of a guy in a wheelchair, huh? Would you?
This is when Ramaswamy, his little sort of annoying gnat-like picking, came on the show and said, I had a great conversation with Tucker Carlson, a smart one, implying that why can't we have smart conversations on your show? That's when Hannity went off on him. He is a constant liar, which of course he is. He has all sorts of, we talked about before, economic, let's call them complications of his own. He's supported by the J.D. Vance Peter Thiel Brigade. Peter Thiel and J.D. Vance have made investments in other countries, among them in various countries in the Middle East, and of course Russia loves Peter Thiel. So I'm sure there's no conflict of interest there. But the big thing is, at the end, Hannity was so pissed, and I know he likes to do this at the end of the show, because I once got banned from his show, the old Hannity and Combs show.
My problem with liberals, Alan, is that liberals hate America.
Sean, I don't know if that's true.
You just contradicted me. You hate America.
If I could just get a word in.
You hate America. You like the terrorists.
Well, I guess you're right again.
He called me an asshole as the credits were rolling. It was funny. I was happy I pissed him off that much. But I digress. He said, I think people that never held public office like you, maybe they're not qualified to be president, is what he said to Vivek Ramaswamy as the screen went just to Hannity and they kicked Ramaswamy off the screen, sent him packing. A little irony in there. I think he supported some guy, some reality show guy, Trump, 2016. I don't remember that guy having any government experience. You got to love the fact that this was Hannity's closing line to go after Ramaswamy. You have no government experience, when of course that wasn't a problem with Donald Trump. He was more than happy to support Donald Trump. In any case, you'll probably be hearing more about this story. It was, Hannity went after him. It was a little bit like the Will Smith slap to Chris Rock, which, by the way, we need to stop hearing about Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith's marriage. If I hear one more story about it, they were married for 7 years. No, they weren't. Did Chris Rock ask her out? Who the fuck cares? Let's talk about things that matter to this country in our election, please. In any case, Donald Trump, no government experience, not qualified to be president. Apparently, the same for Vivek Ramaswamy. And Sean Hannity, he's pissed about his little penis.